So let me see. Let's go to the home page. The homepage has these wonderful pictures of Bob and myself. It has some interesting information about the course, and I put the Zoom lectures right on top. Zoom lectures Tuesday, Thursday at 10. Then the tutoring, which is also offered by Bob. It's Tuesdays through Fridays, every day from 5 to 6:30, and then Saturday at noon. We didn't put an end time for Saturday. Bob will stay at least an hour or an hour and a half, but if you guys have more, if there's a lot of students and there's a lot of questions, he will stay on longer. And then there's also at other hours, there is Net Tutor, which is available as well. And there's also live tutors, but you can't see them, but there are actually like real people helping you, okay? So if we feel this is super important. So guys, you already have earned a third of 10 points extra credit, because if you attend at, no, sorry, that should be actually say 5, at 20% of your extra credit. This should be actually a 5 because it says 5 here, sorry. So if you attend 5 lecture or 5 or tutoring or Net Tutor or a combination of any before spring break, then you get 10 points extra credit. So we really want to encourage you. 10 points extra credits is quite a bit, right? So I have a couple of links where you can download and review the syllabus and the schedule of assignment. The schedule of assignments exactly that spreadsheet, which I just showed you a little bit earlier. It has links to the welcome discussion forum and to the syllabus quiz. Both is due tonight, but it's really easy. It's kind of like, it shouldn't take you longer than 15 to 20 minutes, right? Then down here, when you scroll down, you see our modules. Each module has a little icon, and when you click on it, it will take you to the section in the module page. And that's where you can see what you are actually like working on. So the module page is looking like that. So up there is our welcome module, right? And then the start here, this is basically, it will take you to the home page again. There's this Canvas student guide. For those of you who have not worked with Canvas before, this, you should really like watch that. It will help you, has little movies, how to upload a file for an assignment, how to post to a discussion group, etc. We have well, we talk about Cengage later. We have information on Cengage as well. Mahendra will be the person who is going to join us in a couple of minutes. He is from Cengage, and he has agreed to hand out his personal cell phone number, because we understand that you guys, we are in a short, it's a short compressed format, and you might not have the time to hang out with like their tech support all the time. So we appreciate if you have issues, try tech support first, but if you are not getting anywhere, don't despair, text Mahendra. He will make things happen, right? It's also like, it's not of help. I put my cell phone number in the syllabus as well. But I know Bob is also always willing to provide cell phone numbers, but with Cengage, we can't be of help. So this is why we have Mahendra's cell phone number here. Yes, if there is if there's trouble and you can't get there anywhere with tech support, please feel free to text or call Mahendra, but please do it at decent times of the days, right? Not at 1 a.m. Okay, and Mahendra will join us in a little bit. These are the 2 assignments which are due today. Again, they are short. Ideally, you take the time, and if you haven't done so, start reading chapter 1. the chapter 1 lecture from today, we will post it on into this lecture segment here. I think, was it Ali or Liana said, I saw the old lecture from last semester. Yes, we have that there as well. So that, you know, if you want to start early, there's always the A lecture is already there, and I usually replace it. But if you say, I want to keep on reading all the way through chapter 3 and I want to listen to the lectures, there is lectures there. The link to the Cengage textbook, that's the ebook. Link to the study guides, that is a question and answer thing. And the PowerPoint slides for the chapter. Unfortunately, they Cengage eliminated the flashcards, so there's no flashcards anymore. And then where it says graded items, this is the work that needs to be done by the due date, right? And so usually what you have to do is on a day, we have the lecture, then the next day or 2 days later, a chapter summary is due. It's handwritten, not typed. It's at least, that's the minimum, 3 pages. Make it a helpful study tool. Don't just like put some effort in it. Don't just like write something down, like just copy the first few paragraphs and say, oh my goodness, and now I'm done. I have 3 pages, and make it like large letters, and the teacher will not notice. Yes, the teacher will notice, I promise you. And make this something professional. I think you heard from some people today that they are taking this class because they are already in business. It's different than high school. People have a certain expectation how you present your work. If you present sloppy work, Bob and I will recommend that you revise it for full credit, or we will not be able to give you full scores, because we really want to train you that in the business world, there are certain expectations, and there's no better place to start with that than in college. Homework exercises will be on Cengage. The quiz is on Canvas. The quiz usually comes a little later. We are kind of grouping together a couple of chapters which belong together. So in this case, we are grouping together the chapter 1 and the chapter 2. These are 2 introductory chapters. You have lecture, summary, and the exercises for 1, lecture, summary, and exercises for chapter 2. And then you have the quizzes for chapter 1 and 2 due on 1 day. Because what we are also trying to do is kind of like letting things sink in, and so that you grasp the overall concept for this. So again, and this is, you will see that every chapter is pretty much the same. At some point, you will have an exam. The first exam comes after chapter 6. It's 1 exam date. However, I split it up into 2 parts because otherwise it would be very long, and I want to be mindful. We heard that some of you have little children, some of you have a tight work schedule. You might not have 3 hours to take an exam, so make it 90 minutes each, 50 questions, 50 points. So you have almost about 2 minutes per question. And the questions are very, very similar to the chapter quizzes. The chapter quizzes, you can repeat. The exams you can only take once, right? So it might be a good idea before the exam to, number 1, review your chapter summaries, and number 2, review the previous quizzes. Okay. Then we have, again, discussion forums. We don't have too many because I took a few out. I understand that 8 weeks is a very, very short time. And discussion forums, it's kind of the gravy. So we have a little bit less gravy here in this class. Yeah. So Bob, do you see Mahendra? I see Mahendra. There's Mahendra. Wonderful. Anyone having any questions about the Canvas part at this point? No? Okay. So, and if you have a question later, never hesitate to ask later. There's no such thing as, oh, this question now comes too late. No. When there's a question and you can't remember right now, but you remember it later, you can always ask or email us. So at this point then, I would love to introduce Mahendra. Mahendra, we already all know your phone number, your cell phone number.
Okay.
Everybody has put this already on speed dial. And by the way, Victoria, I see Victoria added our class a little later. And Angel, I think you came a little bit after it as well, but welcome everyone who joined late. So this is Mahendra. Mahendra is our go-to person from Cengage. He is amazing. I texted or emailed him last night, relatively late, for last minute questions about this session this morning. He's really amazing. He will help you. And I thought, Mahendra, if you want to kind of like walk people on how to register for Cengage and what to consider, what to think about, and what Cengage has to offer, maybe in addition to the ebook and the assignments.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Cornelia. Thank you, Bob. And welcome students to Cornelia's and Bob's class and the session. I can get right into it, but as of now, are there any challenges with accessing content for this class? You would want to access your content via Canvas. So you'll log into Canvas, access your course, and click on any Cengage title. If anyone wants to share their screen and I can walk you through this step or these steps.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Does any student want to share their screen? Bob has allowed screen sharing. Is anybody does want to do that? I can do it, but mine looks different.
Yeah, because it's an instructor.
I'm just a teacher, so that's any volunteer. If not, I share mine. I guys don't worry. Do I see a volunteer?
I don't mind sharing.
Okay. All right.
No.
Perfect, Anthony.
It's 50 extra credit points, Anthony.
Beautiful. We're recorded, so I'm going to have to hold you to that.
There we go.
How do you actually share it?
See, I tell you, the right students for a business related course. Good call, Anthony.
Anthony, hover over the bottom of your screen and you'll see a green box that says share.
Share.
Open that up.
Maybe if I looked, right?
There you go.
Host disabled.
And then, yeah, and then go to your Canvas.
If I may, host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh,
Well, let me kick you out for a second, Cornelia.
yes. Oh, yeah. Kick me out.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's Bob's Zoom session.
Why don't you just get yourself out, Cornelia? I'm just having a little.
Okay,
Oh, never mind. I think I have it right here. Hold on.
I'm
Oh,
out.
thank you.
I'm out.
You are out.
And Anthony can come in.
So it says the same thing, actually.
Really? Hold on. Should be able to share. Hold on. Oh, here we go. My bad,
Multiple
Anthony.
participants.
Oh, good.
Right.
My bad. Now it should work, Anthony. I didn't hit the right button. You are now a co-host of the meeting.
All right.
Oh my goodness, got a
Whoa.
promotion.
Now you guys have to share your income.
And you're picking up
Can
those
you-
extra credit points, huh?
Can you share a canvas, the canvas first?
Yeah, log in. You might want to just back up a tad, Anthony, so we walk everyone through it. So log into your Canvas.
Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
That's great that you're there.
Okay, so,
And guys, it is preferred that you use Google Chrome or Firefox to access content.
so I'd click here, right?
Mhm. That's clicking on your class.
Correct. And that actually didn't do anything.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, it's way different right now because both windows are cut in half.
Yeah, if you scroll all the way down and click on one of the little pictures on the home page, can you see that? There we go. Click on the chapter 1 maybe.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, and it didn't. So if you click on it, it should
Gotcha.
get you to the module. There we go. Hold on, wait there.
You can, okay,
So I would click here, right?
okay, click there.
Which
I
brought
hope
me
it
to
works.
this window.
Right.
All right.
Okay, everybody saw that? That is how you can
can you-
also
I'm
alternative
gonna
click.
close it, open it for everyone.
Yeah, can you
I'll do that.
expand that screen? So we see the choices.
Sure.
I guess you won the free trial already, Anthony.
I didn't actually ask for the free trial because I believe I got an access code.
Oh, did you input it already?
So I got this.
Okay.
Okay, with your book. Yeah.
It didn't really do anything.
Just click on that. If you guys see that prompt, just click on that blue tab like Anthony did right now. So you have access to the content, Anthony. You're automatically on the free trial.
Okay.
So you have a 2-week free trial or a 7-day free trial if you use the Cengage Unlimited. But I don't want to confuse your students too much. If you access the content for this particular class, you would get a 14-day free trial. If you choose to select Cengage Unlimited, meaning if you do take other courses with Cengage content, you may want to use Cengage Unlimited because it's a savings for you. You'd have a 7-day free trial. If any of the students have a question on that, please let me know and I can explain a little more. On selecting the content for this class with the 14-day free trial, you'll get a countdown, like you have 12 days left, 8 days left, 2 days. And for some reason, if your access expires and you do decide to input a code at 2 days later, it will take you back to where you last left your content. It won't erase all content. It will take you back to that place. But be sure to use your same username and password as you used to access the free content.
All right. Can I get that code at all?
Pardon me?
That code's valid, correct?
Yeah, you got that at the bookstore, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So where would I enter that? Because I tried yesterday and to no avail.
If you back up on the screen, it'll have enter access code. Sorry. You might have to go back to the page where you had the options. Click on that.
How to register?
Yeah.
Okay. Or would I go here?
Okay, scroll down. Okay, as you keep going up. Keep going. Okay, Anthony, did you create a Cengage account?
I don't believe I did.
Okay, will you scroll up, you create an account here, please.
But I click the logo.
Click on the logo.
Oh, I guess I do have one. So my
Yeah,
profile.
click on your profile. just to see if your things are correct. Oh, okay, on this page, you should see it. Do you see on the top there, enter access code or course key?
I do.
So you click that and then enter your course code.
Okay, do I need the spaces?
Yeah, you know, it's best to just put it in the way it is in there.
This is the issue I was having last night.
Is that the whole code?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what does it say, Anthony?
The data you entered could not be understood by our systems. Please make sure you have entered it correctly.
Okay, just click on register. Same prompt comes up.
Correct.
Wow. Okay, Anthony, you might need to give me a call after this.
Or maybe don't use the spaces. I don't think I ever saw anybody use the spaces, did they?
Well,
I could be wrong, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's correct.
Okay, then maybe shall I try Mahendra to go, or, you know, you're already in, we could like walk him still through this.
Yeah, cancel
the
that.
exercises. So Anthony, if you go back to our class and just like, so that Mahendra can show you where to find stuff.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, with the
Go to my
back.
home or just
maybe?
close out of here.
Click on, Anthony, click on any activity in Cengage when you're in your course in Canvas. Okay, start. Oh, can you just
Yeah,
back up
good.
to the last screen,
No, he was,
please?
Go back to the other one?
Yeah.
This one?
there we
No,
go.
the
No?
one where we have the options to purchase. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that a little confusing now. All right, let's see.
Yeah, it's gonna bring you back to your activity, I think. Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
So you're already in your course, Anthony.
okay, so
Just call me on that access code and I'll double check it for you.
Okay.
Or do you have my email?
I don't.
So,
Can I put it into chat for all your students that may
yes,
need it?
yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, so Mahendra, I think we should like then have Anthony click on retake the assignment. And
Okay,
then we can all look at how this is looking like. So Anthony got 100% on the assignment. We're very proud of Anthony.
No, thank you, thank you.
He's retaking it anyway. And so he's the expert on that. So this is a type of question. Do you remember what you had to do for this? Match the creditors. We matched creditors with.
Whether it can pay bills on time, detailed up-to-date information. I would presume it would be this, the firm's current financial condition.
Okay. So creditors are interested in the firm's current financial conditions. All right. Government agencies are interested in what?
Taxes.
Right. They want to know the taxes we pay. Owners.
Owners, it would be detailed up-to-date information to measure business performance. I'm assuming, I don't remember from.
I mean, you might want to click on the creditors again and, oh, well, just because I see a mistake, but this is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine to see a mistake because then we see how a mistake would look like. A creditor is probably interested in whether the firm can pay their bills or not, right? Would you think so?
Yes.
There's somebody who loans us money, right? So let's click that. Yeah, and now the manager probably wants to have the day-to-day thing.
Oops.
And the government, yeah. Yeah, let's try that. It's okay.
click check my work.
Yep, there we go. A few, see the owners want to know the current financial condition, and the managers want to have the day-to-day one, but that's fine.
But scroll down a little, Anthony.
Yeah.
Partially correct.
So just want to point out, there's this check my work thing. You can use this unlimited times. There is no reason to not get 100%, right? We can do this as long as it takes to get the answer right. Because this is the homework exercise. These are not there. It's the same, by the way, with the quizzes, to screen somebody out. Bob and I want you guys to understand what the concept is and what is right. So therefore, just like if you're unsure, use this check my work thing and it will help you, okay? All right, let's submit. Can we submit, Mahendra?
Yes, scroll down just a tad.
Or hit next first and see what, if you're going to the next one. And then we have a different type of exercise.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You want to click it real quick, Anthony?
Sure.
Is recording the first step? Okay, and then what's the definition of recording?
Entering financial information accounting system.
You're doing good, Anthony.
Am I? Because I seem to do it better last night than I am now. So,
A lot of pressure, right?
variable.
No pressure, Anthony. Just the whole class is.
Well, the thing
By
is,
the way,
that-
all the
what's
class
funny is last night-
can help.
Last night, I got all 6 on the right, and then I fudged up 3 on the left. So that was pretty darn funny last night. So we'll see what happens today.
And if anybody in the class wants to help, feel free. Why don't we all give Anthony some guidance?
Okay.
Maybe I think classifying is would be the second step, it appears to me.
Oh, what I was going to do was
Analyzing.
the definition.
I
and
mean,
then
this,
cut it
yeah,
through.
okay.
But
Okay,
anyone-
go ahead. Do a couple of we don't have to do the whole exercise. If you just select a few of them and then check your work again to see how the system is helping you.
Oops. That's not the one I wanted.
It's okay, Anthony. You can stop sweating.
Yeah. And to be honest, I actually never. I don't know
Yeah,
if it was
okay,
just-
why don't you
Okay.
check your work
Yeah,
now? This
just
is fine.
click on check your work.
Just click check your work. Not too bad. Look, all the definitions are right.
Hmm?
And the steps are a little bit off. So no worries. You just like trial and error.
And Anthony and class, you can retake this and correct the errors that you've made.
Well,
so
I
that
did
you
last
can-
night. So, like I said, last night I got definitions right, and then I disorganized the 3 of them. But after one or two more tries, it was copacetic.
Okay.
So, what would you guys like me to do now?
Okay. Class, do you have any questions for me with regards to accessing the content? I did put my email address in chat. Please copy it down if you need it. Anthony,
Yes.
copy that code and email that to me so I can just verify that for you, please.
You got it.
And look, guys, it's my objectives to get you going in class pretty smoothly. So don't get frustrated. If you can't access any content, please let me know. You have my phone number and my email, and I'm local. You can compound on my door if you can't access it. But wear a mask.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Mahendra. Any questions at this time? Did anybody here in the class have issues accessing your Cengage. Again, the moment you click on any Cengage homework where it says Cengage homework, you click on it, it should direct you to that very homework into the Cengage learning management system. And and if it's your first time, it will ask you to register first with Cengage.
Yes, and create an account.
And
Thank you.
create an
Thank you for
account.
that, Cornelia.
Right.
And please
But-
use Google Chrome or Firefox.
Yeah, that's important too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So you all know it, Mahendra. Unless there's any questions for Mahendra at this time, I would like to invite Bob to start actually with the lecture on our first chapter. How exciting we're getting started today.
I'm gonna stop sharing, I'm assuming.
Thank you,
Yes.
Cornelia and Bob, for the opportunity, and good luck with class, guys.
Good to see you,
Thank
neighbor.
you.
Bye-bye.
Right. And thank you, Anthony, for sharing your screen.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so now we have, hopefully, maybe you need to allow now Bob to share his screen back, otherwise he can't.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Okay.
Okay,
This chapter 1 is sort of a brief chapter. It's a real introductory type thing. It's low hanging fruit on the test though, because you'll get a couple of multiple choice questions out of this chapter. And hopefully it's rather informative as well, okay? So let's see where we're going here. We'll get to chapter 1. Chapter 1, come on. There we go. Let me just set, does anybody ever watch The Big Bang Theory on television? You know Sheldon Cooper? I'm like Sheldon Cooper. I have to do this exactly the way I want. There we go. Make it bigger, okay? Introduction to accounting. Whoa, we're off to a fast start.
All right.
Purpose of accounting.
if you, sorry if I interrupt, please, if you have questions for Bob in between, ask him right away. Don't wait until the end of the lecture. I think if there's something on the slide you don't quite understand, ask him right away. That way he can answer your question right away. Correct, Bob?
Absolutely. We encourage those useful interruptions. Absolutely.
Okay.
You may want to interrupt me for other reasons, but okay. Introduction to accounting. Accounting. And let me just mess around here. It's the language of business. It provides financial information about a company. If you own a business, as some of you do, you are not going to be able to go to a bank and borrow money. You're not going to be able to attract investors. You may not even be able to buy products on credit without audited financial statements. So the purpose of accounting is to come up with these important financial statements and be able to verify them and use them to your advantage. Even if you don't use them with an outside party, you certainly want to know how your business is doing, like that problem Anthony was just working on earlier. So who uses this information? You could say everybody, huh? But let's just look at what we have here. The owners of the business are certainly interested. They want to know if their business is making profits. Are they in a strong enough financial condition? If the business is good, management may make some decisions to do some investing. Business not so good, they may want to talk to their managers, find out what's going on. So certainly the ownership of the business wants to know what's going on. The managers may or may not own the business, but guess what? If you're a sales manager, if you're a production manager, or even just an hourly employee, you may earn bonuses and raises based on the profitability of the company. So you're certainly interested in looking at the company's financial measurements. As a manager, you need to make operating decision. How much inventory should we buy? Are we strong enough? Should we try to sell this product rather than this product? Creditors. Creditor is a lender. A creditor is a lender. So let's understand that first key word, a lender. Company's profitability, debt, that the lenders are going to look at your company's profitability. They're going to look at how much money you owe right now and what the assets are. And then by looking at these financial statements, they'll decide, they'll decide whether they're going to give you a loan or not. And of course, the government is interested. The government's interested because they want to make sure that you're paying the proper taxes. So when a company files its tax returns, it'll have the company's financials there to support their tax payment. So pretty much everybody with any kind of interest at all in the company uses the financial statements. Now, Anthony was working on a problem where they go, what are the steps involved? I kind of hate that question a little bit, but let's talk about it. Accounting is the system of gathering the information about a business and reporting this information to users. Every day during the month, the accounting department is recording something. The accounting department is analyzing something. The accounting department is writing up recommendations, preparing procedures. There's a whole bunch of things. And the system of gathering all this, we call it the accounting process. Now, hint, hint, everybody, here's the answer to the problem I guess Anthony was just working on. Analyzing, looking at events that have taken place and thinking about how they affect the business. It can be as simple as the electric bill came in the mail today. You opened up the mail and there's the electric bill. Well, you look at it and you analyze, you look at it and say, yeah, that's the electric bill. And that's your analysis. And then you record the electric bill in your system, making sure you classify it. For example, you might have a business with different locations and you get an electric bill. You want to make sure you charge it to the account belonging to your East Coast facility as opposed to the West Coast. And what we're going to do at month end, we're going to summarize, we're going to aggregate all of this information and tell the results in the form of the financial statements. And we will be able to do some interpreting and see how we're doing, okay? So this is the sequence here: analyzing, recording, classifying, summarizing, reporting. I like to fool around with mnemonics. I'll try to think up a good mnemonic for this one. You know, those tricks to help you remember with the first initial, like when you learn what the Great Lakes are: Holmes, Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Superior, Erie. Try something here as well. Here are two important things that we're going to be talking about quite a lot: GAAP and FASB. GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. These are the rules to follow when preparing financial statements. These are the rules to follow when you're entering things into your financial system. They must be followed. If your financial statements are not done accordingly with generally accepted accounting principles, those financial statements will be looked at with skepticism and may not do you any good. So the GAAP is the rules. It's developed, the rules come from the Financial Accounting Standards Board, part of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, but FASB. These are the rules that they put out constantly, and they can change and they can be tweaked all the time. Procedures and guidelines to follow, generally accepted accounting principles. And I'm not going to go into this in any great detail, but they're talking about the process. How do they come up with these issues? How do they identify an issue? They identify an issue and then they discuss it. And then eventually they come up with a determination. And I'll give you one brief example of a fairly recent FASB. We've all gone to a store probably and you used a gift card. Maybe your uncle gave you a gift card for your birthday and you went to the store and you used it. Excuse me, 1 second here. And you used that gift card to buy something. Well, it used to be that when a company sold those gift cards, they can kind of forget about them. They already have your money. But now the FASB said, no, that's not right. Companies that sell gift certificates now must estimate how much of those will be redeemed. Without getting into details, that's an example of them coming up with a new rule in regard to gift cards. 3 types of business ownership. If any of you ever taken Bonnie Chavez's Intro to Business. You should know this already. And I think you already know it, even if you never took an accounting class. 3 types of structures: sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation. Sole proprietorship and partnership put you at unlimited personal risk. A sole proprietorship, one owner, you make all the decisions. Your company, it could be a small lunch truck or something, or a store, small store. You start a sole proprietorship with an investment of, let's say, $10,000. And sadly, that business didn't do well. And after a year, you now actually owe $100,000, and you go out of business. A sole proprietor is now responsible for that entire $100,000 debt. So that's one of the drawbacks of a sole proprietorship. If you start losing your shirt, you're personally responsible for that. But it's an easy business to run. You just start it with a license and off you go. Partnership, 2 or more people, partners, share risks. One of the benefits of a partnership is you can take 2 different disciplines together. You could have a CPA firm, an accounting firm, where one partner is a CPA and the other one's a lawyer. And you get the benefit of that. If the partners disagree on how to run the business, that's a problem. Just a silly thing, if I may. I like to watch the show Law and Order, the old repeats of the original Law and Order. And it seems to me half of the murders on that show come out of people from partnerships or mad at the other guy. Corporations owned by the stockholders. We're the stockholders, called the secondary market. You at your young age now, you could call a stockbroker here in town and introduce yourself. Tell them you're a student at City College. You hope to transfer to a 4-year school possibly. And you have only $100 to buy a share, a little bit of stock. That stockbroker will welcome your call. He'll set you up with an account right away because he's hoping to get your business for the next 60 years when you're making millions of dollars. Corporation owned by the public, and there's limited risk. If a corporation goes out of business, you don't go after management for being bad businessmen. You do go after them for fraud, and that's a totally different thing. And shareholders, you know, I own 100 shares of Coca-Cola. Just imagine a tiny atom. That's how much I own of that company. Barely a speck, so not much influence. Businesses by activities. Service businesses, merchandising, manufacturing. Let's forget about manufacturing. That's accounting 240. That's the kind of work I actually did when I was before I became a lazy bones here. Merchandising is part of what we're going to do in this class in service business. Service business, a business that provides a service. Wow, that really explains it. It's a business that doesn't sell a tangible product. We're not selling clothing. We're not selling paint. We do things like travel agencies. We're a doctor, computer consultant, engineers, architects, service businesses. Merchandising, you buy something and then you sell it, hopefully more than you paid for it. Merchandising, another word for merchandise is your inventory. Department store, pharmacy, grocery store. Manufacturing business, you're producing the product. And like I said, this is not really part of our curriculum here. Identify career opportunities. So we'll finish this lecture up in just a few minutes and get you out of here. And thanks again for hanging in with us today. Career opportunities. I forget, one of our students announced, I believe, that she's been working as an accounting clerk and is looking forward to a promotion to be the accounts payable party. Accounting clerks, basic position, you record, sort, and file, you do things like that. And you might end up in might not end up, but you might be charged with a particular area. And our student, she said, accounts payable. And you're involved with that little part of the company. Accounting clerks, that's a great place to start. You can learn a lot just being an accounting clerk and move your way up in the company. You could lead to becoming a bookkeeper. Some of you here may be looking forward to getting your bookkeeping certificate, which we offer at the college. A bookkeeper, boy, they know how to put the information in the books. They can supervise the clerks. They can do a little accounting work. They can summarize information. And this job requires some extra education experience. Para-accountants. How many of you have ever heard of a para-accountant? I never heard that before until I saw this book. But apparently it's a bridge between a real accountant. Here we go. Accountants, what do we do? Well, we're going to always be designing the accounting information system. We're going to be working with the computer people to figure out the best way to do things, perhaps. What we need to analyze, we're going to focus on analyzing and interpreting information. For example, at the end of the period, you may prepare what's called a cash flow statement. And then you sit down with your boss and you take him or her through the cash flows. How much did you generate from this activity? How much did you lose from this activity? What you can do about it. And you look for trends in the data and study the impacts, and typically a college degree. One thing I liked in my accounting world was the travel. Accountants in many situations are going to be with a company where they have to travel maybe a little bit. You might have locations around the country that require an audit, that require you to supervise perhaps a physical inventory, that requires some training. So that's kind of a nice little side job here. If you're an accountant at a company, you get to travel a little bit. Accounting careers. So let me go back here. Accounting careers, public, private, government, nonprofit. Public accounting, those are the CPA firms. Public accounting prepares you to become what's called a certified public accountant. In fact, if you join any public accounting firm and you fail to pass the the CPA exam, which is administered twice a year, you're going to get bounced out of the company, probably let you go, because you must be a CPA in order to attest to financial statements. Any financial statement for any company on any stock exchange is going to include the auditor's report. The auditors are going to look at everything in some fairly good detail. And what you're looking for as a company is what's called an unqualified opinion. You're going to see the auditor say, we have examined the books of Coca-Cola Company using normal procedures. And at the end, they say something like, we find the financial statements presented here are in accordance with GAAP rules. When that's good, then you can start borrowing money. Private accounting, you just work for your own business. You work for a company, you work for Macy's, you work for a local manufacturer, whatever. Government jobs are good. Government jobs are good. They're usually pretty secure. A real good friend of mine, he just retired after 50, I think it was 52 years with the government agency, the General Accounting Agency. He must be a billionaire. But government work may not be that exciting, I guess, depends. And the biggest field popping up now these days, especially in the Central Coast, is nonprofit accounting. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Santa Barbara neighborhood clinics in town. We had a location in Isla Vista, and I was there when we built the new clinics at the corner of Milpas and Canyon Perdido. I was the chief financial officer there for about 4 years. That's an example of a nonprofit. There's plenty of those in town. What do public accountants do? They audit, they do tax, they do a lot of advising and consulting. Here's a good one. Forensic accounting. Forensic accounting. You know what forensic medicine is. Somebody dies unexpectedly and the coroner examines the body and he does tests. Forensic accountants are looking for fraud. Looking for fraud, huh? CPA, there we go. or you become a certified fraud examiner. And believe me, where there's money, there's fraud. Private businesses has nothing to do with the government. You're in this business on your own to make a profit. And the job that you would see there might be a controller, the principal accounting officer of the company. If anybody asks what your teacher did, I was pretty much a controller for much of my working world. Government, nonprofit, you got all levels here, huh? All levels of government, city, state, county, national. Also employed by schools, churches, hospitals. Those are your nonprofits. And then we'll just end up looking at a few things here. They're talking about what they think these jobs pay right now. I'm not sure it's necessarily true. They're talking about a clerk here. They think the job pays maybe $550 roughly per week. You know, it's not too bad. If 600, that's over $30,000 a year. Accountants and auditors make a certain amount. They're saying bookkeepers here make as much as $1,730 per month, I guess that is. Accounting clerk, routine type things. They're saying here that job can pay as much as $38,000 a year. $3,200 a month would be $38,400. I remember that from my salary many, many years ago. These salaries may be a bit inflated. It depends what part of the country. Bookkeeper, hey, $41,000. Budget analyst, this is a good job. I used to love to do the budgets where I worked all those years. I worked for a manufacturing company, and we had factories all over the United States. And I like putting the budgets together for the plant in New Jersey, the one out here in Los Angeles, and rolling it all together. Same thing with the clinics, rolling all that information together. Here we go. This is for our accounts payable manager. Tell your boss that you think you're worth $83,000. Well, actually, I wouldn't go in there and demand that. But accounts payable manager, it's an important job. It's half accounting and half customer service in a way, because most companies don't want to pay their bills, at least not quickly, and people want to get paid quickly. So you always have that. Accounts payable manager, you manage all the activities, the timely payments, full authority here. Audit executive. Here we go. Controller. This is the guy who's more of a hands-on person, really. A controller is responsible for everything that comes out of the accounting department. This person's in charge of the budgets and the payroll and the receivables, the inventory controls, writing, whatever you can think of. The controller is ultimately responsible for that. The controller is the guy who puts all the financial statements together, does all the analysis, and typically reports to a chief financial officer. And a controller's job typically requires you to be a CPA. And if you can show your bona fides as what they call a hands-on controller, meaning somebody who's not afraid to get in there and actually do a lot of the grunt work, that's a good career